is Eden with Helixx VR. Today I'll be reviewing Dead Moon Revenge on Phobos from Mercury Aerospace Industries. Dead Moon is a first-person shooter. It's very obviously inspired by 90s FPS games. It feels very much like an FPS from that era, translated directly into VR. You start the game in a tutorial area, which leads to a level select. The tutorial area itself is quite good to have, and I appreciate it being there. Many VR games I've played don't seem to teach you how to play, and it's not always obvious. Unfortunately, you have to run through the area each time you start the game to get to the levels, which is a bit tedious. You proceed through the levels, clearing rooms, collecting shields, health, guns and ammo pickups, and unlocking the next door to go further. There's a good number of weapons to play with, and I feel like they all handle decently. There are 4 episodes to play through, and you can choose the difficulty level. I played on normal, and I found it reasonably easy. I was overrun by enemies quite a few times, but rarely felt like they chipped away much of my shield or health. An update added some locomotion options, so this may have changed if you played before. You can use trackpad locomotion and move at different speeds. You can click the trackpad to turn your view to. Teleporting is another option. I used the trackpad mostly while playing and it felt like sliding. It does need some work, but it's good to have options. It also seems difficult to move backwards at times. Graphically, the game is okay. The level itself was fairly bland, but the monsters can look quite nice close up. I have noticed some juddering on the weapon and hand at times, unfortunately. Sound is nothing impressive, unfortunately, as well. It would be good to have a nice background soundtrack and some sound effects. I feel like that could improve the game quite a bit. I did have a couple of other issues playing. I couldn't pick up some items near the walls or floor at times. My Xbox controller was also vibrating like crazy while playing, despite it just being attached to the PC, not being used for the game. To give my final thoughts on the game, as a whole it feels rather generic. The levels feel pretty repetitive, and the only real goal seems to be to proceed through the levels and complete the game. If you're a fan of the old FPS games, you might want to give it a try. Otherwise, at this point, I'd give it a miss and maybe check back in a few months. As always, this was Eden from Helixx VR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like and subscribe.